Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're gonna have a look at the Gravitas Carbon Pocket. This material is called carbon or sometimes pultruded carbon. Pultrusion is the opposite of extrusion. It's a very interesting material. It's completely smooth to touch and the pen currently retails for around 200 euros on Stille. The pen show price was, I believe, 150 or 160 euros, which was a significant discount. This pen has a rather traditional pocket fountain pen shape with a very long cap and a rather short body. Both ends are this cone shape, similar to many Italian pens. The cap then tapers up and down. It has a Gravitas logo painted in red, and opposite side of the Gravitas logo, the cap has a flattened side to prevent the pen from rolling. There are no trim rings on this pen, and at the end of the body we see this cone shape again. The cap unscrews in one rotation, which reveals this black PVD coated stainless steel nib marked M for medium with a Gravitas logo, and on the other side we see a nice ebonite feed. The section is also black PVD coated. At the narrowest point it's about 10 mm and then tapers up slightly to 12 mm. It also has a flaring at the bottom and it's textured, so there are no issues with your fingers slipping on it. Unscrewing the pen body, which has an O-ring to help keep the cap from accidentally unscrewing, reveals another O-ring, PVD coated threads, and this little push-pull converter. This pen can be also used as an eyedropper, which is always a nice addition, and the nib unit can be easily unscrewed from the pen, and we can see that also most of the inside of the section is also black PVD coated. The section and the nib assembly are nicely integrated. The nib assembly does not stick out of the section at all. I can't really see any issues regarding the build quality of this pen. Size-wise, it's pretty much what I would expect out of a pocket fountain pen. Very close to the Kaweco Sport. At 27 grams, it's a bit on the heavier side, but nothing too dramatic. When posted, it's a truly full-sized pen. It's wide enough and it's noticeably longer than an unposted Lamy Safari. Alright, let's check how this pen writes. So the pen is Gravitas Carbon Pocket, and this has a medium nib, and the ink is Diamine Red Dragon. Here is what the swatch looks like. It's a nice dark red. If we compare that to another popular inks like Diamine Wild Strawberry, we see this is a lot more orange leaning, Ancient Copper a lot more brown. The nib has a bit of pleasant feedback, but we could already see some skipping issues like here at the capital T, and in general the line width is not really consistent across the writing. Let's check for hard starts. Again we see some skipping issues, but no hard starts issues. Let's check for skipping separately. Yeah, so the nib does skip quite a bit. As for horizontal vertical stroke variation, there is some, and the wetness seems okay. Regarding flex, this nib is not a flex nib, but it's not a nail either. Reverse, it's smooth, but the ink flow is not 100% consistent, but it wasn't consistent even in normal writing. So I'm not super happy with the nib as is. Let's try to quickly fix it. I think the main issue might be that the lines are too tight. So what I did was pushing the nib against the paper while holding the upper part close to the feed with my finger. Then I tested the nib off camera for a bit, and I think now it's mostly good. So let's test again together. Let's check for hard starts. There is still a little bit of skipping, but it's much better than it was previously. And I think the nib is still not perfect. I will have to work on it a little bit more to be 100% satisfied. But I would say, as of now, it's fully usable. Ergonomically, the pen works very well for me. The section is wide enough, especially for a pocket fountain pen. The pen is long enough. I also like the texturing on the section as well as the flaring. Overall, I like the pen despite some of its flaws. I enjoy how well it works for me ergonomically. I like the material. It's quite unique. Build quality is good, and I like that you can use this pen as an eyedropper and that it uses a number 6 sized nib, as well as a beautiful red ebonite feed. What I don't like so much is how it can feel a little bit weird when you are cupping and uncupping the pen, or when you are screwing on the cap. This carbon on carbon interaction, like, it doesn't feel how a pen should feel in my head. But that's really given by how unique the material is, not by any build issues. Another thing I have noticed is that when you are screwing on the pen body into the section, these threads, they are well made, but sometimes they have tendency to cross thread, and I have to be a little bit careful when screwing on the body into the section. And the last thing that I did not enjoy 100% was, of course, the nib, which had some flow issues. I tested the nib at the pen show, but in the rush I did not realize that it's gonna have these issues. I also only tested the pen by dipping the nib into ink. And maybe the final thing that's not optimal about Gravitas is that we don't really know where the pens are produced exactly. I would welcome a little bit more transparency from Gravitas. Would I recommend buying this pen to someone? I'm honestly not sure. I bought mine at a pen show with a significant discount because I liked the material and the red ebonite feed. However, if I was making the decision now, I would probably stick to the standard aluminum version, which is much cheaper and has pretty much all the features of this carbon pen. And even then, I would wait for a discount. That's all from me today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!